Hello everyone. Today's poem is 长相思其一 by Li Bai. The title 长相思 means thinking about something, someone endlessly. It's a borrowed title from the musical department poetry in the Han Dynasty. So there's a lot of the Tang poetry used the title from the Han Dynasty from the musical department poetry. This poem was most probably written after Li Bai was abandoned by the emperor and he left the capital city, Chang'an city. And roughly there's 3 years between he was abandoned and the civil war broke. So everyone knows the civil war of the Tang Dynasty is basically the watershed, the turning point of the Tang Dynasty. Everything, the whole country, the society totally changed and declined since that time, though the poem is always about the feeling or the thinking reflected, so we can try to figure out this poem, what time it most probably Li Bai wrote this poem. You can also compare this poem with 月下独酌, drinking alone, and the moon, another poem by Li Bai, which was believed just written after he was abandoned by the emperor. He was in such a huge sadness and fury. So you can try to compare these two poems if they share some of the common ground, some of the common feelings, and of course the differences between them. This poem was normally considered as women complaining poetry, but I do think it's something in between, because through the whole poem it's hard to tell Li Bai was pretending as a woman. Of course, he's complaining. Okay, let's look at this poem. 长相思，李白。长相思，在长安。络纬秋啼金井阑，微霜凄凄殿色寒。孤灯不明思欲绝，卷帷望月空长叹。美人如花隔云端，上有清明之高天，下有渌水之波澜。天长路远魂飞苦，梦魂不到关山难。长相思，催心肝。长相思，在长安。The person or the thing I'm thinking always, endlessly, was in the capital city, Chang'an. So whenever we saw the term Chang'an or the capital city's name, there's always something behind. So we have another poem, have the words 味道忆长安. So in that poem, the Chang'an, the name of the capital city, refers to the central government, or especially to the emperor. And let's see what it refers in this poem. 络纬秋啼金井阑. 络纬 is an insect. It makes sounds in the autumn's time. 秋啼, so it makes sounds singing in the autumn's time. 金井阑, so this tells us the very exact place is not in a house. The in the house or in between the house there's a lot of wells, water wells. That's the very typical scenario in the Asian China around the neighborhood. But here it tells it's a very luxury house in the capital city, because 金井栏 means the fence for the well is of golden or made of golden. Though it tells the place is a very luxury house in the capital city. 络纬, the insect, has a normal term as 纺织娘, the weaving woman, because that insect, when it's singing or makes sounds, the sounds is just like the weaving machines. So people like to call it 纺织娘. 微霜凄凄电色寒. 电 is the sheet made of bamboo, so normally it's used as a carpet on the ground or on the bed. So here it's very clearly 微霜, there's a little bit frost already. 凄凄, it tells the sadness, and also it's an echo to the words in the Book of Songs. In the Book of Songs, there's a poem, 小雅四月. It has the words, 秋日凄凄. In the autumn's day, it's cold, and it makes people feel a little bit sadness. 凄凄 is also refers to the cold, and also refers to a little bit sadness of the feeling. So this pair of sentences tell us the time, the place he was thinking about, and also reflect a bit of the feelings of the poet Li Bai. 纬络秋啼金井阑，微霜凄凄电色寒. So the insects, the weaving woman, was making the sound, singing in the autumns around the fence of the well, the golden fence of the well. And the weather is a little bit frozen. It has frost already, and the sheet, the carpet, makes the people feel cold as well. So in Chinese, in Mandarin, the coldness is always an alternative saying of feeling sad. 孤灯不明思欲绝. The lonely lamp is dark, and which makes me feels almost dead because of thinking of him or something. So I just roll up the curtain of the window and looking to the sky, to the moon, and I make a sign, very long sign. 卷帷, 帷 is the curtain of the window, so I just roll up the curtain and looking to the moon. So looking to the moon is also very typical meaning in Mandarin Chinese, which 望月怀人, looking to the moon and thinking about someone. So here we are more getting to the subject. It very likely to be a person he was thinking about. And then we come to the real subject. 美人如花隔云端. So the beauty is just like the flowers, but we too was separated by the heavy clouds. So I cannot see the beauty. So be careful. 美人 in modern Chinese, it always refers to a female person. So it's a beauty of female. But in the ancient China, the 美人 could refers to a male, or it could refers to a female. So it's hard to tell. But from the whole poem, we can conclude that the beauty here refers to the emperor, because at the first pair of sentences, the person he was thinking of was in Chang'an city, in the capital city. So with the location, the term Chang'an city, the capital city, and the beauty together, we can 100% conclude that the person he was thinking about is the emperor. The term of 美人 first appear in the Book of Songs. It always refers to the male, a very strong, capable male person. And then in the 楚辞 by Qu Yuan, this term extended to refers to the emperor, and sometimes Qu Yuan also used 美人, the beauty, to refer himself. 上有清明之长天, above, the dark sky is vast and very high. 清明, the blue and dark sky. 明 is dark. 长天 is the very high and vast skies. Basically, 清明 and 长天 refers to the same thing, the sky above. So here is a little bit repeating or redundant here. But in a poetry, the repeating and the redundant, it double the feeling, and also it makes the rhythm, the soundings, more pleasant and more confirmative. Let's read it again. 上有清明之长天, or compared to the normal words, 上有清明 or 上有长天. So the sentence, the repeating here, makes sounds more with more rhythm and more confirmative, double the feeling. So this rules applies to the following sentence. 下有渌水之波澜. 渌水, the green water. 波澜, the wave of the water. So it refers to the same thing, the blue wave, the blue rivers. It double the feeling by the repeating 渌水 and 波澜. So down on the ground, the green water waves. And here is one thing, 渌. This is a borrowed word from the word 绿, or the color of green, 绿 in today's Mandarin. It reads as 绿. But in the dialect of Xi'an city, or the ancient capital city, Chang'an city, it was read as 路 as well. So from the sound, the same sound, we can figure out this 渌水 here actually is equivalent to modern Chinese as 绿水, the green water. 天长路远魂飞苦. The sky was vast and high, the road is far, far from. And my ghost, it makes my ghost feels so hard, bitterness, to go through the far, far place, or to reach to the high skies. The character 魂 is a very special word in the Chinese. Basically, in ancient China, people believe the spirit of a human, of a person, was consisted of two parts. One is 魂, the other part is 魄. So it has the words 魂魄. 魂 resemble the part of the spirit of the wisdom, the positive part of the spirit of a person. So whenever you thought about something or you dream about something, it's always something about 魂. Let's review the whole sentence now. 天长路远，魂飞苦。My spirit, my pursuit, my dreams fly a long, long way with bitterness, with very hardship, and my spirit flies high to the skies. So the far, far place is very clear right now. It refers to the capital city, Chang'an city. And the sky in ancient China always is alternative term for the emperor. So this sentence makes things very, very clear to everyone. My goal, my spirit is always going to the place of the capital, Chang'an city, and my spirit always with the emperor. I want to get closer to the emperor, but the road is so hard. Even my spirit was in the way of flying. So the next sentence is quite clear as well. 梦魂不到关山难。梦魂 my spirits in my dream. So when I was dreaming, my spirits also went to the Chang'an city, to the emperors, but it can never reach to the destinations because Guanshannan, the fortress, the blockage castles, and the mountains in between is so difficult. It makes me impossible to get to the emperor, get back to the capital city, Chang'an city. 长相思，催心肝。The longest, the endless sinking of the emperor of the Chang'an city destroyed my heart and my liver. So the heart and liver was the two organs believed to hold the spirit of a person. This is an ancient believing in China. So the last sentence make the conclusion. The endless sinking destroyed my spirit. This is so sad, the utmost sadness and hopeless of Li Bai. Now we finished the whole poem. So what do you think when Li Bai wrote this poem? Of course, after he was abandoned by the emperor. But for me, it sounds like it's a period of time after the abandonment by the emperor, because compared to the other poem, 月下独酌, drinking alone and the moon, he was with huge sadness, but also he was with huge fury. And in this poem, especially at the very beginning, he put it very calmful, very plain, that the insects, the weaving woman was making the sound, singing in the luxury house, and the weather is getting cold, so I feel some sort of the sadness. 孤灯不明思欲绝. So here, 孤灯 resembles Li Bai himself, and it has two things resembled. First thing first, 明 孤灯 gave the light. It associates it's dark or it's bright. So the lamp is always emitting light and make the surrounding place bright. The bright means wise. It's almost the same character. 明, it's used the same character in Chinese. So when it refers to a person, it means that person is wise, is smart. So 孤灯不明思欲绝. Here, reflect the conflict in Li Bai's mind. He think he was a wise man, but the surroundings is still in darkness. The surroundings, the political situation, the surrounding is the country, is the society. So with the wisdom of him, but he cannot shines on the political life in the central government, or shines to the emperor and makes everything bright, make the political better. So 思欲觉, so he cannot figure out, he just cannot think it anymore. He cannot make clear why all things come to this situation. A wise man was abandoned by the emperor, and still bad, the unwise man was in the central government surrounding the emperor. So this makes the second sentence much more with much more sense. 卷为望月空长叹，望月. So he was thinking about someone. So that one was the emperor. So he looked at the moon. So he's thinking about the emperor and his signs. The political is so corrupted, and the emperor should be in a very, very bad situation. He was surrounded with a bunch of people, bad guys. And so here we can feel a little bit difference from the poet 月下独酌. In that poem is always the sensations, the feelings, the furies. And in this poem, he tried to get back to his consciousness, to the real logic, to think about the emperor, to think about the political stuff. But he still cannot figure out. So I do believe from all these sentences, I do believe this poem could be written after 1 or maybe 2 years after he was abandoned by the emperor. But he was, even years past, he was still in such a sadness and sorrow, and he cannot figure it out through the years. And finally, he just make the conclusion, my spirit was totally destroyed. 长相思，催心肝. That's the most saddest words in Li Bai's poem. Okay, that's for today, and bye-bye.